Bon Jovi, and there's all different things you could talk about.
What?
Bon Jovi or whatever. You can talk about anything. And honestly, just due to the lack of news and stuff, especially on a submarine, you didn't
Uh-huh.
talk about it that much. If you don't have the news that often, so it wasn't in your face all the time. So you really didn't care about it. You talk about movies or music or because that's what you have. You didn't have the daily news telling you what's going on everywhere. So
Right.
I don't know.
What else you got?
No, I don't know. I don't know. This show's gotten kind of weird tonight. What do you think?
It
Took a
took a weird
serious,
spin
serious, weird spin.
when we found out that France was surrendered to that
France
gunman.
surrendered. Yeah. Oh! That's what I was going to talk about. This is more serious stuff. The shooting down in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of that one?
Boy, it's kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
Um, I guess the black kid was in a white neighborhood, white gated neighborhood, and the guy, the neighborhood watch guy, had a gun.
Well, he was in his neighborhood, wasn't? I mean, wasn't he? He just went to the store to get some Skittles.
That's what.
I mean, that's really what they said. He went to buy some Skittles.
Yeah.
I would have gone with the new pretzel M&Ms. I think those are pretty good.
For your last meal.
If I had known. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so basic story. If you didn't are aware of it, the kid went out. Actually, went out. Didn't he go out for his mom to buy something? Buy Skittles, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think Mom wanted Skittles.
It seemed like it was Skittles, though, wasn't it?
I don't think so. No, Skittles. I was told you I was stealing Skittles last time on the show.
No, no. I read the story. It was. I'm pretty sure he went out to buy a pack of Skittles, which sounds weird, but
Okay. I guess that
yeah,
doesn't really
yeah,
matter, but
yeah. No, it doesn't matter. It's kind of ironic that somebody dies over a pack of Skittles, but so he goes out and he's on his way home, and there's a neighborhood wherever he's walking through that has a neighborhood watch, and I'm sure it's some cop wannabe out there on his patrol. He's
right.
carrying a gun, and he confronts the kid coming back, and there's no. All they have is the shooter's word on this. There's some confrontation, and he shot him in the chest to kill him,
Yeah.
and he hasn't been charged, hasn't been arrested. And the kid's dead. He had no weapon on him. The kid was black. The guy that shot
Yeah.
him was Hispanic.
He looks Hispanic,
He is
but his name's
Hispanic.
Zimmerman.
Yeah, but he's Hispanic. He just has a Nazi name.
It's Nazi. It has to be Jewish.
Zimmerman's Jewish? Oh, I guess
Yeah.
just
Anything
Zimmer.
with a man at the end.
Zimmer's Nazi. Zimmerman is Jewish. Yeah, but he was Hispanic either way. But um, yeah. So there, it's kind of. I saw a lot of tweets today. Spike Lee and Holly Robinson Pete. A lot of them were.
Okay.
I don't know if they were saying it was a race issue, and they were up in arms about it, which I can understand.
Uh-huh.
But it was they were kind of implying that it was racially motivated, maybe. And then other people were firing back. It couldn't have been racially motivated because the guy was Hispanic. I'm thinking, well,
Well, you know, in
uh,
prison, that
yeah, I know they all separate, but
yeah.
they're not in prison. They were just walking down the street.
Um, question is that they keep showing pictures of the kid, obviously a child. Um, how old is he supposed to be?
I think he was 14.
See, that's a little guy. So these pictures that they show are look kind of might be recent.
Uh huh.
I mean, he's not like a big like 16-year-old kid that
He
you
may.
know.
I'm thinking 14. I'm going. This is from memory. He may have been a little bit older, but even still, I don't see how you can shoot somebody if they don't have a weapon.
Right. Or
I just
if you
don't
have
see
a
it.
weapon, how do you let them get close enough that you don't,
I don't see it.
you know,
And
if you feel in danger for
yeah.
your
Now the
personal,
way now a couple years ago, Florida enacted this law. It's called the Stand Your Ground Law,
hmm
where previously if you were confronted with a situation like that, you were law says you have to retreat
Right.
and avoid the situation. Now it's stand your ground law. If you feel threatened, you can stand your ground, and I don't see how they could justify it as a self-defense. A pack of Skittles against a gun. I don't see it.
Right. I think the guy's in big trouble because, number one, the cops told him to quit following him.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He had called 911, and the
Uh-huh.
911 operator told him to send in police over, keep a distance from him, stay away from
Right.
him, and he confronted him anyway. Now I don't know if the kid came up and confronted him. I doubt it. I think the guy probably, he's got a gun, so he's feeling big. He's neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
You
Why
know,
are you
I wanted to be a cop when I grew up.
anything
I
other
wanted to
than
be
a
a cop
phone?
when I grew up, but now I just have a gun and a car with the neighborhood watch sign on it, and I'm gonna do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I would be hard pressed not to charge him with murder too.
Yeah. Something. You
And
gotta
really,
arraign him. You gotta do something.
possibly one. I mean, he called the police. He was told to stay away. If he didn't stay away at that point, then he's premeditating the confrontation. He knows he's got the gun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or he may be looking at him, but they haven't even charged him. They're not charging him.
Again, he's a grown man. I think most grown men can take a 14-year-old kid.
Either way, maybe he didn't know if the kid had a gun or not. Either way, you don't. Why was he confronting him? Neighborhood
Yeah.
watch. It's not neighborhood attack, neighborhood subdue. It's
Neighborhood
neighborhood watch.
intervention.
Yeah, it's neighborhood
Rapid.
watch. You watch.
He's like the SEAL team of neighborhood watches.
Oh,
We go in, hostage rescue.
yeah, I guarantee
Skittles.
he's not getting the route next week.
He's gonna liberate those Skittles.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, how could you just pull a gun and shoot a kid in the chest and feel that you're protecting somebody doing that?
Right.
It's crazy.
I mean, my personal opinion would be I would not want to take the gun with me because
more than likely
because-
you're going to get shot yourself with it.
no,
Yes.
not at all.
Or you're going to shoot somebody else.
I'd shoot many people.
Yeah.
You know?
You're going to end up somebody's going to be in jail and dead by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either-
It's not a good idea.
one or both.
One or both, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the pressure of the community is this guy's gonna end up charged with at least manslaughter or
Yeah.
negligent homicide. I mean, something. He's got to do some time for this.
Well, he's something. It's
And I'm sure, the background checks are happening now, and it's gonna come out. This guy was, he probably has a house full of guns, and he probably gets the Guns and Ammo magazine, and lifetime member of NRA, and
what's wrong with that? What are you
just
getting at?
he's a nut. He's one of these guys that wants it to happen to him so he can shoot somebody.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, yeah. But I haven't heard you say what makes him a nut yet, other than neighborhood watch thing.
Yeah, neighborhood watch thing.
Yeah, dude.
He's one of those. He's one of those cop wannabes. He probably drives like a Crown Vic.
A Crown Vic.
Probably drives a Crown Vic or
So he freaks
or
out.
a Ford
He freaks
LTD.
people out every time he gets behind him. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, he's a cop wannabe.
Yeah. That's just so bad, dude. So unnecessary.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So what has the neighborhood watch done? Now you've gone from a neighborhood that maybe has a car break-in once or twice a year to now it's got a murder. Yeah.
Yeah. Sad.
So who's gonna watch the neighborhood watch?
TSA.
TSA.
Get the TSA.
I wonder what the response time was for the police. I wonder how quick they got there from when he called to when he killed him.
Yeah.
Because then maybe that'll come into question that they took too long, and then
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Don't mention that. You give people ideas.
yeah, be blaming the police for it.
Yeah, get a lawsuit up.
Crazy, absolutely crazy.
It's just sad though.
It is.
know,
It's
kids
it makes me angry because that law, that stand your ground law, was pushed in there by the NRA, and from originally, before the law took effect, Florida had on average 12 what do they call it? Where you're self defense
Grapefruit.
homicides. No. Self defense what do they call it? You kill somebody in self defense. Justified homicides.
Justified harm.
12 justified homicides a year. Since that law went into effect, they averaged 33.
Awesome.
Now,
Dude,
now this one could be considered a justified homicide. I mean,
that's not at
they're
all.
not. They haven't arrested him. They haven't charged him. That's what.
Well, that's just. I think they've got to just be getting their ducks in a row. That's all.
I don't know. I mean, why not charge him right away?
Because
Why didn't the police on the scene charge him?
dude, it's a good law. I'd say it's a good law in general, and they need to make sure that they're doing it right.
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. Not to charge him. I mean, before you take him to trial, yeah, you want to make sure you get all the evidence. I don't know. It's just crazy. The other thing, speaking of evidence, the guy in Afghanistan that went out and shot everybody.
Yeah.
His defense lawyer now saying they have absolutely zero evidence against him. They don't have a confession. They have no forensic evidence. They have nothing to tie him to any of the shootings.
Yeah, and I think they buried the bodies already, and they're not going to allow them to be exhumed.
Oh, no way, no. They're
So-
Muslim. No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how they even knew he did it. I'm assuming they must have eyewitnesses.
It was the guy in the camo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure they all look alike, too.
Again, yeah. I have seen his picture like
a white
multiple
guy.
times, and I still can't pick him out of a lineup.
No,
No,
he
here's
looks
the
like
big thing.
your average soldier.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the whole point, right?
Yeah, so I would say there's a pretty
Okay,
good
here's
chance.
Yeah, he's a pretty
He's
good
not
chance.
even going to go to trial.
He says he doesn't remember it.
He says he has no recollection.
Anything.
Yeah, everything's foggy.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
thing.
you know they were
He's using the Ronald Reagan defense.
Yeah. you know the government is looking at using these memory wiping pharmaceuticals to help with PTSD.
Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I could see this was abuse waiting to happen.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Think about it.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that'd be a nice defense.
Speaking of another soldier that was in the news today, what's her name? Lindsay England. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I thought that.
Oh boy, she her life's been ruined since that Abu
Gary. Yeah.
nude picture thing.
Yeah,
She can't get a job at McDonald's. She can't get a job at Burger King. She hasn't been on a date in she doesn't know how long. I think it may have something to do with that she's an ugly lesbian. She's really bad looking, and she's got a kid now too. And it's the father is one of the guys. I guess her corporal or sergeant or whatever.
Yeah,
they
one
have.
of the other guys.
One of the other guys that was taking nude pictures with the.
Yeah.
So she's living at home with her parents in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Can't get a job and.
Yeah.
that's-
Hey, for a while, there's that sort of trend of planking and
Yep,
things like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Do you ever remember people taking pictures with that Lindsay England pose, like
Oh yes.
point that to junk with the cigarette
Yeah,
in hand?
yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah,
Look at
that
this.
was bad. No, she said it's funny because in the article she said that when she first got there, she saw it happen and she was like, "What's going on?" But then everybody kind of went with it and never said anything, so she just thought it was okay. And,
Yeah.
yeah, crazy.
Oh, dude. She's a patsy. She's just, they got like tons and tons and tons and tons more photos, right?
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I wouldn't say she was a scapegoat. I mean, like she did it and she knew what she was doing and everything
Absolutely.
else. But I think she wasn't the only guilty one there. There's much higher ups that were guilty of stuff too.
Oh, absolutely. I think
She was just stupid enough to put the pictures out there.
True. Now you make a point. You make a point that you made earlier. You have military participating in civil action, i.e., detention and running of jail.
Yeah.
That's not the purpose of the army.
Well, unless and then
Unless that is
that
your,
gets
like,
crazy.
FLS.
Well, it's a prisoner of war camping, but then that's they're not prisoners of war.